have been summoned. Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you guys for tuning in today's video and clicking on the channel. My name is Sissy, the Light Warrior, and today is another different video for today. Two things on why you haven't seen that many videos in the past couple of days. Well, for one, I'm taking a little break, just a little break from YouTube, just to do other things, just be a little bit productive. And the second thing is, well, there's three things, but the second thing is I'm working on a big video game review. I think I said this in the last video. I don't know if I did, but if I didn't, well, there you have it. And then the third thing is, again, taking a little break because I did finish a video game series and took a lot of energy and stuff. But I also want to reconstruct my uploading schedule, and because a lot of the videos that I have been uploading in the past few months, month or two, they've been like an hour long, but I think it will be more convenient if in between the hour long videos I have like shorter videos, if that makes sense. Like, for example, if I have like a 1 hour video on a single player game, like say for instance Elden Ring for an example, and I'm also thinking about getting that, and I'm also thinking about doing a series on that. But even though Elden Ring also has multiplayer features, but it's mostly a single player game. Like but as I was saying, say if I'm having a 1 hour video on Elden Ring, and then after that I do like a 20 to 30 minute video on Marvel Rivals, and then the next video is like another 1 hour video, but it's Assassin's Creed. Like, to make that more convenient, to keep things, more, how can I say this? Because I do pay attention to the results of my videos. Like, some hour-long videos, they have like a good amount of views, but another hour-long video of the same game doesn't have the same amount of views. That's because I'm probably doing too much of that game, if that makes sense. Like I can't just do 5 back-to-back Dynasty Warrior videos, if that makes sense. Like, in between those hour-long Dynasty Warrior videos, I gotta at least have like a 20 to 30 minute video of another game. Like, I have to be consistent with the game content, and that was one of the issues that I wanted to focus on, that I wanted to fix. I have to be equally consistent with my content in the games that I do content on this channel. But that's not the reason I'm making this video today. The reason I'm making this video because I want to talk about a game that I haven't done any content on in a while. Now, if you've been following the news about this gaming franchise, hasn't been fortunate for this franchise, to be honest with you. But the game that I'm talking about is Call of Duty. Now, I want to talk about exactly why I haven't done any content on it in a while. Probably why I'm never going to do content on it ever again, to be honest with you. Now, to be real with you, if you've been here since day one, if you've been watching my videos since day one, you already know, or you're not surprised if I say this, or you remember this. But I mean, there's no way to sugarcoat this, and there's no way to explain this in a more respectful way. Well, there is when it comes to the devs, because the devs are only doing what they're told, and they're just trying to make they're trying to make the best out of what they're being told to do, if that makes sense. But basically what I'm saying is, I was already disliking Call of Duty. I was already disliking Call of Duty when I first started this channel. Now, I won't say that I hate Call of Duty or that I despise the franchise. Now, I really do dislike how current COD has been and how the franchise has been lately. Well, I'm gonna be rude with you. I really dislike how a lot of things have been lately. If you know, if you've been up to date with recent stupidity. For example, I was just minding my business on TikTok, watching my usual clips. Say for instance, the clips will be from WWE to Caleb City or RDC, or a bunch of Vines, old Vines back when the app was still a thing, or it'll be some Naruto fandom, stuff like that. Just for an example, I was just minding my business on there, and I was just having a fun time until I came across a random Stitch clip when somebody was doing a comment on this female talking about, men are starting to dress like studs. Yeah, I don't need to explain why that's really BS. But that's like reason number 5 why I don't be on social media or any other platform other than YouTube or Twitch, because it's just a world full of literal NPCs, hateful people, and niggas who don't have a pot to piss in. But anyways, I've been a fan of Call of Duty since 2010. If you know, you know, because that was the year Black Ops 1 was out, and that was the game that introduced me to Call of Duty. But it was the game that dropped next year that's the game that's what really got me into Call of Duty, and that was Modern Warfare 3. Now, I recently revisited Black Ops 6 because a friend of mine been trying to get me to run a couple games with him until I decided, you know what, I just might, revisit the game. Keyword might. But I tried it nevertheless, and I won't lie to you, the re-experience was kind of fun in spite of the literal bullshit that BO6 carries. But ultimately, I lost interest again, and I'm going to explain why. Now, this isn't a rant type of video where I'm screaming from the top of my lungs about how COD needs to be burned to the ground. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to tell you about my experience with recent COD games and give you my list from my perspective, the reasons that I lost interest. So sit back, chill, get yourself something to eat or to snack on, and let's go ahead and get right started. Get right started, nigga. What? Now, first things first, I won't lie to you, I can't make this video without mentioning what inspired me to make this video. Even though I've been thinking about doing this video for a while, it just never came into fruition. But there is a YouTuber out there. He goes by the name of if I'm not mistaken, he goes by the name of Plain Truth the Codfather, and he does a lot of videos about Call of Duty. Things that it falls short on, and why Call of Duty is failing, why current Call of Duty is failing. And this is I watched one of his videos, and that was the video that really triggered the you know what, let's go ahead and make this video. So I'm going to put a link to that video, or I'm gonna put it at the top of the screen, and you can click on that video. You can go check his video out. Shout out to that guy. Some of the major things that he covered in some of his videos, they're also similar to some of the things that I've been trying to convince some of my peers for a very long time, who also plays Call of Duty. But for starters, Call of Duty has lost its way. Obviously, in this day and age, it has lost its way completely. It has lost its identity. It tries so hard to be like everyone else. More specifically, you have probably heard this more than once. You probably have heard this multiple times, and people will continue to say it. But, it tries so hard to be like freaking Fortnite. And it did work for a time, until it didn't. That's when Call of Duty starts to overuse and abuse that aspect. For example, microtransactions, in-game bundles. Now, first off, many of the in-game bundles that they have added to their games, it doesn't match them, bro. It just doesn't fit Call of Duty. It's not Call of Duty. I'm sorry. I mean, no disrespect to the people who have created these in-game bundles and all that stuff, but no disrespect. It's not Call of Duty. Like, let me give you another example. Now, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Not saying this BS, but when I first heard that they added them to the game, I was like, okay, that's cool, I guess. Until you find out that you're being charged $20 for each turtle. Come on, man. Now, I'm gonna be real with y'all. At first glance, it doesn't seem terrible, but then you start to think about it. Think about this. I'm gonna break this down for you. You're paying $20 per turtle bundle that you're not going to see most of your experience, because this is a FPS game. This is a first-person shooter game. On top of that, no disrespect to the Ninja Turtles, because I F with them heavy, but it's literally the same turtle with a different color. It's not a different personality. It's not a whole different thing. It's just a turtle with a different color. I won't lie to you, this is not the worst, because I can get by this. I'm saying I can get by this like I still play Call of Duty, because I don't. But check this out. There's another game out there that also has a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover, and it's a fighting game. And it's one of my favorite fighting games. It's in my top 10, by the way. In my opinion, but it's Injustice 2, and that game handles Ninja Turtles way better than BO6 could ever handle them. And I'm gonna explain why. Hear me out. I went an extra mile to record Injustice 2 for this video and I think I'm gonna do a little content on that too. But check this out. When you buy the DLC, you get all the turtles. What makes it even better is that you don't even have to buy the DLC pack. You can buy the ninjas separately, and I didn't say individually like Black Ops 6. I said separately. You can get the whole Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle DLC for guess how much? For about $5. Just $5. And what do you get in the $5 pack? Let me break it down. First off, you can unlock all their weapons via loot. In each weapon, you completely switch to the character that owns it, meaning you get an entirely different move set with a different kit, with different dialogues that the selected turtle has with other fighters, and a different personality. When you equip Leonardo's swords, right, you're 100% Leo. You get his moveset. He has his own dialogues, his own moveset that revolves around his swords, and he has a special ability where he can call his turtle brothers for help. Same thing applies to the nunchaku. If you equip the nunchaku, you're 100% Mikey, and he has a special ability where he can use his skateboard as a weapon. Now, for the other two, I don't fully remember Donatello. I mean, obviously, the same rule applies to Donatello. You know, he has a move set and a move list that revolves around the staff, and he has a special ability where he can use his gadgets and gadgets like he does in the movies and in the comics and the shows, cartoons, and all of that. And Raphael, that's the one I honestly don't completely remember, but you get the point. You get the point with this. This is so much better than what BO6 did with the turtles, and this could also be a great example of quality over quantity, because in Injustice 2 the game only charges you for $5 for a DLC character, one DLC character by the way, that can secretly switch between 4 other characters. You see my point? Now, after breaking this down, during the time of me making this, dissecting everything, I'm thinking, why should I spend $20 for one turtle bundle in one game when I can go play another game and pay just $5 for all the turtles, where each one has its own different thing? You see my point? Now, that being said, you know, Call of Duty is one of those games that cares way too much about quantity, and history shows that you will ultimately fail having that kind of mindset when it comes to video games, music, movies, other things, etc. Now, let's move on to another one of my reasons why I left COD. Let's talk about the story and the lore. First off, before I left, I've been stopped caring about the game story. Like, before I left, I've been lost interest in the story and the lore. One of the things that I really like, is one of my hobbies. Like, I like to study lore and story. I like to study timeline. I like to study history and stuff like that. And when I play these games, if it has a very good lore and a very good story, like, I'm a take part in that. Like, say for instance, if Naruto has lore, I'm a dive into that, yo. Because if you ever ask me what makes a TV show, a movie, or a game so much better, it has to be the lore. It has to be the history in that universe, you know. Like, say for instance, that's why I like Dynasty. That's one of the reasons why I like Dynasty Warriors so much, because not only it's a very good game with the hack and slash or the, you know, gameplay features and all that, it even has in-game lore that's also real life history, you know. Like, I can go here and I can better understand why characters are like this, or why this character hates this character, or why there are 3 separate factions during the time of the Three Kingdoms period. It's like now, even now, I even better understand why the Three Kingdoms period happened. Like, who came up with it, like who did what to even make that happen. And then I come to find out, I do the research, I come to find out that Junge Liang was the one who created the Longzhong plan by splitting the Three Kingdoms. Here's another example, going back to Naruto, more specifically Naruto's father, Minato Namikaze. We didn't even know how in the hell Minato was able to create a Rasengan until Masashi Kishimoto came out with a novel that was literally, the whole thing was just him figuring out how to create a Rasengan, or how to invent it. It's things like that that helps you and make you understand the character or the show even more. And that's why I'm putting this out there. Now, why am I even talking about this? Because Call of Duty has lost that too. I've been lost my interest in the story and the lore, at least with the Modern Warfare trilogy, because damn near everything was completely ruined in the NW3 story. I can't say anything about the current story or the lore in Black Ops, because other than Black Ops 1, 2, and 3, I'm OG Modern Warfare, man. Like, I've done more Modern Warfare campaigns than Black Ops. Like, I know the story of Modern Warfare 2019 all the way to 2023, even though I damn near don't know anything about 2023. But anyways, I know nothing about Cold War or the Black Ops 6 story. But back on topic, they ruined the Modern Warfare story of Modern Warfare 2023. I barely remember anything about the story, and that's another thing. They don't make the COD stories like they used to. It's nothing nostalgic, it's nothing memorable, and it's nothing iconic. Like, even as we speak, I have to watch a whole video of the story cut scenes in Modern Warfare 2023 and the gameplay just to help make this video. Now, first off, one of the most iconic moments of Modern Warfare, the Modern Warfare 3 story, was the first mission. The black screen. You don't see anything happening yet, but you can hear and feel everything that's happening. Then when you're able to open your eyes, you're giving your orders and objectives, then you start to realize that you're literally taking part in a what if World War III was to ever happen scenario. As a matter of fact, that was literally one of, if not the only, main major plot of the story. Everything that has happened in the past two Modern Warfare games, leads up to this. Now, at least with Modern Warfare 2, even though it was a bad game and it's universally hated, at least with the story, bro, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. So good that it had so many iconic moments and it had so many iconic characters. I know y'all haven't forgot about Alejandro. That was one of my favorite characters of this current era. And correct me if I'm wrong if I mispronounce her name, but Valeria, she's also an iconic character too. Her personality, great. Alejandro's personality, great. Gas, I don't know what to say about him. I don't know how to say about him, but he's also how can I say this? He's a steady character. He's not trash, but he's not a great character, you know? At least the Modern Warfare 2 story was memorable. Now we here in Modern Warfare 3, I don't remember anything memorable about that game. I really don't. With Modern Warfare 2 had a steady and consistent understanding plot. The plot of that game, the plot of the majority of the game was they had to recover nuclear missiles. I don't think they were nuclear. Well, I think they were, if I can remember, they were nuclear missiles, but they had to recover missiles that were stolen from the Americans, and they had to find out who stole the missiles. And then at the end of the game, you find out that Philip Grace, I forgot about Philip Grace. Philip Grace is also a really good character, bro. That whole betrayal in the middle of the game, that is also another iconic and memorable moment. Like Modern Warfare 3 has none of this, all right? But yeah, as I was saying, you had to recover the missiles and prevent anyone who has the missiles from using it against, innocent people. And you come to find out that Philip Grace and General Shepard had something to do with those missiles being missing. And then at the end of the game, you fight against them. That's a steady and understandable plot, all right? Now you get to Modern Warfare 3 and the plot is all over the place, okay? My God, the plot was very inconsistent. And don't get me started on Makarov, bro. Don't get me started on him, bro. They butchered that man. They butchered that man's character, bro. That is my number one. Well, OG Modern Warfare, that was my number one favorite main villain of Call of Duty. Dude, I can't remember any aura thing. That's what people call it these days. But I can't remember one thing memorable that Makarov has done in Modern Warfare 3. I don't even remember the no Russian mission in Modern Warfare 3, dude. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. Let's be honest. I don't think the devs or the writers could 100% recreate no Russian from Modern Warfare 2, even if they wanted to, because in this day and age, with the history that has happened overseas, I'm not gonna say too much, but everything that has happened overseas, I could totally understand why they couldn't do that. If they had to go for a different approach with that, I understand why. But even still, that was also a total letdown, man. The post-credit scene in Modern Warfare 2 where they teased that that moment in the Call of Duty timeline was so much more iconic than what they did in the whole mission with Modern Warfare 3. Okay, well, to me at least. And then they killed off So. Okay, now I had no reaction for this, but no, I don't know. The only reaction I remember having when playing the campaign was, this makes no sense. Okay, because first off, in OG Modern Warfare, okay, Soap dies in the most tragic way, in one of the most tragic ways possible. He died knowing that one of his friends used to work for Makarov. Bro, as much as I like Soap in this current Modern Warfare, in this current iteration, like, there was no depth into this. Like, there was no preparations. There was no, there was no emotion behind it. There was no memory behind it. There was no feeling. It was just another letdown, man. Cause, like, think about this, bro. If you played the OG Modern Warfare 3 story, okay, you play as Yuri during this time period in the game, right? So passes away. His last words were, Makarov knows Yuri, or Yuri knows Makarov. It was one of them. It was either one. It was somewhere in the lines of, you know, like, Yuri knows Makarov, or they're in cahoots, or they used to work together, something like that. But that was more memorable, and that was more heartbreaking than this. Because it's like, what? Even with this iteration, to be real with you, a lot of the characters that are still alive in current Modern Warfare 3, they should have been gone a long time ago. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Because in OG Modern Warfare, bro, damn near everybody passes away. And the only person who survived Task 141 was Captain Price. Even with General Shepard, who is also a wasted villain with wasted potential in this current Modern Warfare 3 iteration, because even he was just as much of a threat, if not a bigger threat, than Makarov, because this guy also took part in deleting half of Task 141, if not all of them, or the majority of them. In this iteration of Modern Warfare 3, General Shepard is portrayed as, not gonna lie to you, there's no other way to describe this, but General Shepard is portrayed as a literal bitch. General Shepard in this iteration is a dog that has all the bark but no bite. That's what he is in this game. When in the OG Modern Warfare 2, and this is gonna be repetitive, I'm gonna be saying this a lot in this video, but in OG Modern Warfare, he had all the bark and all the bite. Like, this guy went out of his way to murk 2/3 of Task 141, then proceeds to freaking burn your ass, which is really effed up if you really think about it. Like, bruh, this guy was a psychopathic American military warlord. Then you get to NW3 2023, and this guy is seemingly too much of a wuss to do anything. Like, don't get me wrong, every Task Force 141 member is a total threat in their own right, and if I can remember correctly, in the OG NW games, some of the members of the team, Price included, even became public enemies or world's most wanted. So I'm not knocking them for it, but even with all their feats and statistics, OG Shepard still wasn't scared of them. Like, this, like, it was straight up on site with these guys when it comes to Shepard. Then again, reboot Modern Warfare 3, this guy is seemingly a useless old man who doesn't know what he's doing. The only time where the story showed just a tiny bit of OG Shepard was when Price was seconds away from deleting this guy, and he was like, don't expect me to beg for my life because I ain't like that. Okay, if that's the case, if you had the balls to be like that at that point, why the F you wasn't like that earlier or in the previous game? Now that I really think about it, that's kind of a good example of character inconsistency or inconsistent character writing. But with all that being said, and I will do a part 2 on why I left COD and a part 3, but you get my point. Quality is lower than mid. Microtransactions are getting worse with every COD title, and it's like less effort, interest, and care is being put into the story and the content. Oh, and don't even get me started on their titles always being rushed, not taking the time to actually fix their games. Every title being the literal same game, with the fact that they're reusing features that was either already in the game, or they purposely take it out, said feature, and just add it later in development. But I'm gonna talk about all that in part 2 and part 3. Oh, don't even get me started on the game modes, multiplayer, zombies, even special ops, which is the #1 game mode that they fumbled that genuinely made me want to crash out. Because again, I am a modern warfare fanatic, so of course I'm gonna be a sucker for special ops, but they butchered that damn game mode so hard. I felt myself starting to rant for a little bit. We're at the end of the video. I'm not trying to do that, but so yeah, that's this is part 1 of why I left Call of Duty. If you made it to the end, I really appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, tell me your thoughts. Let me know if you have also lost interest in COD and the reasons for it, or if you do still play current COD, let me know your opinion. But that's it for the video. I'm Righteous the Light Warrior. Stay positive, have faith, drink a lot of water, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.